This week on the LTU Sports Report, we get into all of the fall sports action and get to know some of our student athletes. We've got all of the exciting events going on around campus for homecoming week, hit the track for the Blue Devil Motorsports annual Grand Prix, and welcome back our alumni for both men's and women's lacrosse. Don't go anywhere because the LTU Sports Report starts right now.
LTU Sports Report is brought to you by Varsity Brands, elevating student experiences in sport, spirit, and achievement. The City of Southfield, the center of it all. Michigan First Credit Union, and Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.
Hey Blue Devil fans, welcome back to another episode of the LTU Sports Report, the only show in the nation highlighting an NAIA school. I'm your host, Jenna Skelski.
And I'm your host, Jason Ross Jr. Welcome to the homecoming edition of the LTU Sports Report. Naturally, one of the busiest weeks of the year around campus. We'll have highlights of several of our teams hitting the field for important October matchups, along with a neat look at some of the really cool activities taking place around our campus this week.
That's right, Jason. Our women's volleyball team is hot in conference play, and we get to see how they fared against U of M Dearborn. Our football team came back home this weekend, and they took on the highly decorated Siena Heights football team, and we are going to get your guys' hearts beating for basketball with a look inside of our annual Midnight Madness.
There really were a litany of events going on around campus last week. Alumni returning. You won't want to miss a feature on our motorsports here at LTU, and even a grilled cheese competition will sneak into this week's episode. But before we get to all of that, let's get the ball rolling with a look at our men's ice hockey team taking on Rochester.
The men's D1 NAIHA ice hockey team was back at home in Farmington Hills Arena to take on the Warriors from Rochester University in another conference battle. The Warriors got the best of the Blue Devils the night before and were looking to split the series. We picked things up in the second period with both teams looking for that first goal. Sounding the alarm for LTU first was senior captain Parker Hodges beating the RU goaltender off the nice pass from freshman Cole Therian. The Warriors were able to tie it up, but just a few minutes later, off the face-off, a couple sophomores hook up as Sean Pillay dishes it up ice to a streaking John Horn all by himself, and he capitalizes on the breakaway, finding the back of the net. LTU up 2-1. 30 seconds after that, still in the second period, another sophomore gets in on the scoring as the boys do a good job keeping the puck in the zone, and Alec Allen steps up for the clean shot that goes bar down. The Blue Devils add some insurance to the lead, now 3-1. A very busy second period for the squad in gray and blue as they kept the pressure on Rochester all night. Getting the rebound off the shot from Alex Schluter is Therian, who then knocks it in with hardly any angle past the Warrior keeper. LTU up 4-1. Right before the period ends, the Blue Devils were looking to add another. Playing some good defense and blocking shots results in a 2-on-1 opportunity, and it would be freshman Timo A getting the puck to squeak through the threshold, and that would extend the lead to 4 goals with just 18 seconds left in the second. Another scoreless period in the third, and that would do it. A big revenge win for the men's hockey team with a final score of 5-1 over the Rochester Warriors.
We played our style of game today. Last night, they happened over the course of a long season. We were disappointed, but we knew we had a much better effort. We concentrated and focused on what we do good, came out and executed that tonight. We saw some weaknesses that we could take advantage of, and we seized the moment and just really attacked, and we benefited from it early in that second period.
We just came in with energy. We just don't want to be beaten on house. It's not our mentality. We all just had good connection. Things were flowing. It just was a good day, and we're just going to keep it going.
We just talked. We just said that we needed to come together, be a brotherhood, and fight for each other. Compete every day.
My name's Drew Sagowitz. My major is chemical biology, and I bowl for Lawrence Tech. Favorite TV show is probably Dexter, because, I don't know, it was just really interesting to me. My celebrity crush is Gal Gadot, probably because she's hot. Favorite athlete is probably Norm Duke. He's a bowler. He's a really good bowler. Favorite restaurant is probably Black Rock. Steak's really good, and you can't complain about it because you cook it yourself.
Hey everybody, Sarah Davis here at the Don Ruther Fieldhouse. We're back with our women's volleyball team and another big conference game. When we come back, we'll give you all the updates from our women's volleyball game against U of M Dearborn and check out homecoming week. We'll be right back.
Southfield truly is the ideal place to live, work, and play.
Well, it's a very exciting time in the city of Southfield. Great neighborhoods, great city services, and Fortune 500 companies. Southfield has something for everyone.
Recognized as Michigan's premier business address, home to world-class educational institutions, voted one of the nation's most livable metro area suburbs.
Southfield is the center of it all.
State Champs is Northern Michigan's home for football highlights. State Champs High School Sports Show. Your teams, your games, your highlights.
Hungry Howie's wants to thank you. Yes, you, how long can I stay on this couch guy? Super Dad who prevented birthday disaster. And the late night study group that ordered 17 pizzas. Thank you to the Holy Moly Did You See That fans. And thank you, Whole Slice and One Bite Kid. Because for every pizza sold in October, we make a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. And together we've raised nearly $3 million just by doing what you love. Hungry? Howie's.
All right, Blue Devils, let's start off our first game of homecoming week as our women's volleyball team hopes to keep their undefeated conference streak going against the Wolverines from U of M Dearborn.
A big conference matchup in the Don Ruther Fieldhouse kicked off our slate of homecoming games as our Blue Devil women's volleyball team was up against the Wolverines from U of M Dearborn. First set with the game tied at 3 apiece, and the ladies were looking to take the lead. Zakia Hunt does a good job up front blocking the Dearborn spike that she plays to Christy Doherty, who feeds it right back for the kill. The senior duo makes it 4-3 LTU. Game point now for the Blue Devils, a good volley going, but that would end as freshman Madeline Hudson sets up Varvara Gromakova for the spike that the Wolverines cannot handle. The senior gets the final kill, and the ladies take set 1. Second set now, LTU with a nice 10-6 lead. Extending that lead would be Hudson, once working hard in front as she goes and wastes no time here striking back and getting the big kill. The home team ran away with this one, now up by 11 points. Another freshman adding to the damage on defense is Mariah Henry, teaming up with Gromakova to stuff the Wolverine spike as the ladies go on to win the second by a score of 25-15. Hungry for the sweep in the third set were the Blue Devils. A good volley going as junior Shelby Rash makes a nice dig that will result in Hudson once again dropping a bomb on the Dearborn defense. LTU up 9-3. A chance to finish the game off here on match point. No surprise as senior Alex Snyder sets up the power hitter Hunt to seal the deal for the Blue Devils as they take the final set 25-11. A clean sweep over U of M Dearborn results in the women's volleyball team improving to 11-0 in WAC play. The ladies continue their impressive season and kick off homecoming week with a bang.
One big focus for us tonight was to make sure that we played calm and to not be a little sporadic when we first started the match. And I think that we accomplished that pretty well.
Practice, we just practiced on being consistent and making sure we start out strong so we don't fall behind in the first game and have to work our way up from there. Our serving has led us to the top because we're relentless with our serves. We are one of the top in the country for aces, and I think that it just makes us better passers at practice when we have them serving at us.
I just look forward to every home game that we have left. It's only a couple left. We're halfway through, so it'll be exciting to finish off the season strong.
Time now to take a look inside Lawrence Technological University. This past week, the Student Engagement Organization hosted their annual Grilled Cheese Cook-Off, where athletes and different campus organizations try to cook their best tasting and unique grilled cheese sandwich. Let's see what everyone is whipping up.
All right, so our grilled cheese, it has 3 different kinds of cheeses. We have Fontana, Havarti, and then sharp white cheddar. And then we also have kimchi in it, and we're using sourdough bread. And then on the outside, it's lathered in a garlic sesame butter.
So basically we are using mushrooms, caramelized onions, and pineapples. And then we have the mozzarella and the cheddar cheese inside. And now we're just grilling it, and we're trying to put the cheese on top of it too. So it will be a lot of cheesy stuff.
So it's a brioche bread with sauteed onions that have salt and pepper on it, and we have some pink lady apples and some smoked Gouda. So it's gonna be really good. The tang from the apples is gonna really play nicely against the harshness of the Gouda and the acidity from the onions.
Each sandwich was individually tasted and scored by a panel of judges.
I'm looking for great bread and delicious taste. Pretty simple.
We actually tried out a whole bunch of different recipes, and this is the one we landed on, and we're so excited to be able to represent the lacrosse team here on campus.
Congratulations to the women's lacrosse team, winners of the Grilled Cheese Cook-Off, and we'll see you next year.
So when I first started playing here at LTU, this whole area, the point, was all grass. Since that time, we have now a turf field, and since I've been here before, we've got the whole bleachers and all that area. It's really developed, and I know they've got a lot more coming, and I'm excited for the future for the Blue Devils.
It was fun. I was really excited. These are the people that I came in my freshman year with, and so they're the people that I was around all the time, and so it was sad to see them go. But it's always fun when they come back around this time of the year, around homecoming, around the alumni game. It's always fun. We always like to plan something together after, and also hang out. So it's fun when all of us, because some of us aren't in state anymore, some of us are out of state or from different areas or doing other things, not getting masters and doing the 9-to-5 thing. So it's fun to see everybody again. I get really excited about it. And next year it'll be the opposite for me. I'll be actually being one of those people. Yeah, I'll be with the old people next year. So it'll be different, but it's exciting.
Oh, it's fun. It's fast-paced, and I barely could keep up. The girls that are currently active right now, you could really tell that they've been putting in the work. So hoping they have a good season. With homecoming weekend in full effect, Lawrence Tech is having a lot of its alumni come back. Literally going on behind me right now, our former men's lacrosse team is back to play in our annual alumni game. After the break, we have a chance to catch up with all these former players and see what they've been up to.
Talking about finances can be confusing, difficult, scary, murky even. But it doesn't have to be with Money Mentor by Michigan First Credit Union on your side. More than 90 years ago, Michigan First was founded on the principle of putting education first. Today, Money Mentor continues that tradition because affording the lifestyle you want isn't always easy. Check us out at MichiganFirstMoneyMentor.com or follow us on social media for tips, tricks, blogs, and videos today.
You sit on the sidelines, but your heart is running across that field. His drive becomes yours, his dreams too. So when a torn ACL and concussion threaten those dreams, choose the sports medicine team that treats the whole athlete. Henry Ford Health System. We combine the most innovative technology with a personalized treatment plan so he can get back his confidence. And you can get back to being his biggest fan. Henry Ford Health System. All for you.
State Champs is the original high school sports show, and State Champs Sports Network is always on, 24/7, delivering the content you want on the platform you choose. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and StateChampsNetwork.com. Coming in 2020, the State Champs app.
Donovan Edwards bullies his way through this crowd of Highlanders.
State Champs Sports Network is always on. Follow, like, subscribe, and share.
I chose Lawrence Tech for the architecture program and volleyball team. Architecture is a great fit for me because I love math and design. Now I combine them with technology to create beautiful structures. At Lawrence Tech, I didn't have to wait until my 3rd year to start designing. Our hands-on education begins right from day one. And I'm really excited about LTU's Design Center in Detroit. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
Welcome back, LTU fans. We are here at the new Blue Devil Stadium where we are getting a blast from the past as our alumni are coming back to play in our annual alumni game for men's lacrosse. Let's see how they played.
Yeah, so I and other sophomores and juniors and seniors have played with those kids, so it's nice to see them come back, especially the ones that graduated we don't get to see and talk to very often. It's just a big collaboration. They're telling us that they laid the foundation, how the field was facing Northwestern before that we had this wonderful turf now, and it's sweet to see the come up.
So I'm a product engineer at a company called GNS North America. It's a manufacturing company that makes automotive components. So Lawrence Tech gave me a lot of information and knowledge, and also networking, and actually someone that I was in the class with had interned there, and that's how I got into the position that I am.
Seeing them all come back and getting to play against them, and some of them still got it, some of them have lost it, but they know a lot about the fields that they're in. And as a Lawrence Tech goer right now, you see a grad like Nick Vervac, who's construction management, same degree as me. I know I had that link, and networking's big in any field.
Really seeing the field today, it's amazing. We didn't have any of this when I was here. When I was a senior, we just started getting the turf on, and now we have the lights and the bleachers and everything. Guys are out here having fun. We can practice late at night. It's awesome. It's a great atmosphere. So one of the main things we've talked about ever since Coach Nemzek came in, he was mentioning legacy. So what are you going to do to build the program, and what are you going to leave behind? So always thinking about your teammates, the people that came before you, and the people that are going to come after you.
Just the energy, honestly, having both the men's and women's teams together, and having the dunk contest, and just having that sort of camaraderie with all the teams and all the fans is just a great time, and promotes our programs as well.
It's nice getting back out there with everyone, especially adding the new people that we had today. Everyone, like last year, a lot of us talked about having a team that was like super close knit, like we'd never had anything like it. It's really nice to bring in new people, and it's still super close like that. So we all love getting out there, just playing with each other. Today was a big exciting thing when it happened, just because we're all getting out there and meshing out on the court and everything. It was a lot of fun.
We're just trying to be consistent. We've been having some pretty good practices right now. We just need to put everything together and bring all those details together and make sure that we are ready to go by Friday.
I mean, it's just fun, man. It's one of the things that I work on a lot during my game and stuff when we come into the gym. So it's nice to get out there and just kind of like showcase it for the fans and stuff. Al's a great 3-point shooter, so he went away with the dub this time, but I'll be back next year.
Well, tonight is really just about promoting the basketball programs and having a good time because it's homecoming week, but we did competitions where we kind of weave through some cones and make a nice pass and go for a layup against the guys' team. And also there was like a dunk competition and a shooting competition, which my teammate Caitlin got 14 out of 15 threes, which is amazing. So it's just lots of fun.
What's up, Blue Devil Nation? I'm Dylan Morello, and we're here for the second annual homecoming game for the football team in the modern era. We'll have the highlights as the boys take on Siena Heights, and also take a look at a feature from the Blue Devils Motorsports. Stay tuned.
You have a say in helping determine who wins two of the most coveted awards in high school football by voting for the state champs Mr. Football and Anvil Awards presented by Hungry Howie's. Who will join the ranks of previous Mr. Footballs such as DeQuan Finn, Cody White, and Alex Malzone? In 2018, Marcel Lewis was the Anvil's first champ. Who's next to be the top linebacker or lineman in Michigan? Keep up with both races by watching our weekly updates on State Champs social media. Vote for Mr. Football and the Anvil Award at statechampsnetwork.com.
So you want to work out, and you're curious about supplements, but don't know where to start. All you have to do is, oh, you're already done. With the Benefit Box, you get full-size supplements customized to you and tailored to your fitness goals. With easy-to-use instructions delivered right to your front door. Visit www.thebenefitbox.com to get started on building your box and you today.
Welcome back, everyone. We're approaching kickoff here at the Point, but before we get the highlights from the football game, let's take a look at how the Blue Devil Motorsport Grand Prix went this past week on campus.
This past weekend, the Lawrence Tech Blue Devil Motorsports Student Organization hosted their 11th annual Grand Prix event on campus. 9 local schools such as Kettering University and Western Michigan all came to participate in racing their own Formula SAE cars. To hear more about the event and organization, we caught up with team captain Shauna Wolmerhauser.
Well, I am the team captain for the 2020 Formula SAE team. There are 16 other seniors on the team that are working really hard to put together a award-winning car. It takes a lot of time and effort consulting with each other because we can't build a car without everybody talking with each other. It's just like you would in industry. Everyone has to talk and work together to build a nice product that you're proud of to be on the track. So we build a car from scratch in 3 semesters. So that takes a lot of time and a lot of effort outside of what we're doing in classrooms.
The weather was kind as the track conditions provided a smooth course that the fastest cars completed in about 28 seconds. LTU, being one of those cars, had a very successful day, finishing the event in 2nd place overall.
It's awesome for us because we set a pretty lofty goal for us to finish at comp. So to see that we're running right there with Wayne State and Oakland University, it gives us a big confidence boost to say, yes, we can finish where we plan on. So it's just a little extra motivation to get finished early so we can get some more testing done.
These incredible students have dedicated so much time and effort into building an incredible product. Their passion and intelligence does not go unnoticed when it comes to life after college, and being a part of the Formula team sets them up for some amazing opportunities.
In general, Formula SAE on anyone's resume gets your name to the top of the talent pool when you're applying for work right after college. The Big Three love that. Bosch Motorsport just recently had a job opening looking for someone with Formula SAE experience, so it's a good thing. For me, I'm not quite sure yet. I'd love to work for the Big Three, but my heart lies with making cars go fast, so we'll see where this takes me when I'm done with school.
Capping off a great homecoming week was our LTU football team in their 6th game of the year, hosting the 21st ranked Saints from Siena Heights University. A great day for some football and a lot of Blue Devil fans out to support for this big matchup. First quarter action. On their first drive of the game, the Saints showed their strength early. Running back Gabe Callery takes the give, has a lane, and is off to the races 79 yards for their first score of the game. Saints up 7-0. Second quarter now with LTU down by 2 scores and backed up in their own end zone. 4th down and 3 to go for Siena. QB Tyler Neck fakes the give, rolls out, and his pass is broken up by Kevlon Griffith. The sophomore comes in clutch, causing the turnover on downs. LTU, however, would trail 21-0 into the half. The boys in blue came out with some fire in the second half. Sophomore QB Tyler Kolka drops back, is forced to roll out, and fires for the end zone where Marquez Steele would not take no for an answer and comes down with the ball for the touchdown. The rookie puts the Blue Devils on the board, now down 21-6. The Saints would answer, however, later in the quarter. Neck finds his favorite target, Pianki Abdul Hakim, in the back of the end zone for 6. They extend their lead and were now up 28-6 going into the 4th. But the home squad would not show any quit with relentless pursuit in the 4th quarter. Kolka drops in the pocket and heaves one downfield right into the hands of Kendall Williams. He puts on the burners and won't be caught as he goes on in for the 67-yard touchdown. Still fighting back from the deficit but putting more points up were the Blue Devils late in the game. From the 1-yard line, Kolka is able to cross the goal line thanks to a good push from the men in the trenches. That would be the last score of the game as LTU falls to a strong Siena Heights team, 41-20 the final from Blue Devil Stadium. The boys look to bounce back next week on the road against Marian University in Indiana.
Overall, I do feel as a team we are getting better. I mean, it might not look like as a result, but as a unit we are getting better at the little things, and we just got to be able to take our game to the next level and really capitalize on the things that we do well at.
Well, I think obviously we've been battling to the end in every game, and that's one thing I'm proud of with our team is they're not giving up. They're playing hard. We have our highs and lows throughout the game, and we're trying to get rid of those. Like we talked in pregame, just eliminating our own mistakes. We did a better job this week of flipping the field and playing complementary football. And then, like I said, battling to the end was a positive as well.
The message was today, Saturday, you think about this loss. You think about it. Tomorrow, it's on to the next. Sunday, you're watching film, trying to get better each and every day.
Here's Polka, looking for Kendall Williams, able to break free downfield with broken coverage on the back end. Kendall Williams frolicking his way into the end zone.
Coming up this week in LTU Athletics. On Wednesday, October 23rd, men's soccer hosts Siena Heights under the lights at 7 p.m. Women's volleyball plays Lourdes at Don Riddler Fieldhouse. Game starts at 7 p.m. Friday the 25th, women's basketball opens their season up at home against Point Park. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. Saturday the 28th, the football team takes the Blue Devils bus down to Indiana to face Marion. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. Women's basketball takes on Xavier LA. Tip-off is at 5 p.m. That's all we have for you guys on this week's episode of the LTU Sports Report. Be sure to tune in every Monday at 4:30 p.m. on Fox Sports Detroit to see what the Blue Devils have been up to.
And if you're more of an on-the-go type of person, that's perfectly fine. Keep up with us on social media at LTU Athletics on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for highlights, updates, and features for everything LTU.
On behalf of all of us here at Lawrence Tech, thank you for joining, and we'll see you next week. LTU Sports Report is brought to you by Varsity Brands, elevating student experiences in sport, spirit, and achievement. The City of Southfield, the center of it all. Michigan First Credit Union, and Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.